Hi, everyone. Good morning. Welcome on back to the AM show. We are so excited because we are going to be joined right now by the incredibly talented Lexi Cohen. Now, she is an up-and-coming filmmaker. She's currently a student out in Long Island, and she is someone who has just absolutely discovered her passion for filmmaking a little bit later on in high school. So we just absolutely know that listening to her journey, seeing everything that she has been up to, may actually inspire you guys to find your passion. So without further ado, please welcome to the show, Lexi Cohen. Hello.
Hi, Z. Thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah, we're so excited to have you here. How you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah, well, I think the big news is that you actually just got recruited to go and play lacrosse at Haverford College. So tell us about that experience.
Yeah, I'm so excited to be going to Haverford. I got recruited over the summer in July, so it's really nice to just be kind of having an easy college process and getting to play lacrosse at my dream school.
Yeah, that's huge. Now, Z also played, you played basketball at
did.
school. So
I
knows
did.
all about mixing sports also with following your passion.
For sure, for
Yeah.
sure. What was that like? What was that balance like between mixing athletics and then also chasing your passion? How did you find the time for it?
Yeah, it was definitely really difficult at first trying to balance, especially with the arts being very different from athletics. But I was really able to find ties between the two, and in the end, it was really the patience and the observation I was able to get through the arts was really able to help me with my lacrosse skills.
Yeah.
Did your teammates support both sides? Did they kind of?
Yeah, I was honestly really nervous at first about what my teammates would think about me pursuing my passion, but they were all so supportive, and I'm so happy to have them, and I'm very excited for this upcoming lacrosse season.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's exciting because you're going to be playing lacrosse in the spring, and then you're going to be heading to school in the fall, and then you're going to be playing lacrosse, and you're going to be diving into film. So I want to talk a little bit about the film side of things, because I know from your story is that you didn't really know throughout high school exactly what it was that you want to do, but then you ended up getting inspired to maybe pursue film. So tell us how that journey all formed for you.
Yeah, so I really started pursuing art my sophomore year of high school, and I started getting into painting and photography, but I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do in college, and I didn't really know that I wanted to pursue film. I've always loved movies growing up, but this summer I was spending some time in Sag Harbor, and I actually found a pamphlet for a film program that I decided to sign up for, and I didn't think I would get in, but I ended up getting in, and it was really exciting experience, and I'm so happy that I was able to do that and discover my passion for film.
But what was it about that pamphlet that like drew you to it that was like, you know what, let's just do it, let's just go for it? What was that spark?
Honestly, that summer I was really thinking about what I wanted to do, especially going into senior year.
Yeah.
And it was kind of just like a sign that maybe this is something that I might enjoy, so why don't I just try it?
Yeah, and you did it and you loved it, right?
I loved it, yeah.
Absolutely loved it.
Incredible. That's incredible. Now you mentioned that you're a fan of films, you're a fan of movies. What is your favorite film? Do you have a favorite?
It's always such a hard question. I really love The Graduate. That was one of the first movies that I actually saw in a film theory class that really got me interested in wanting to make films myself. But I love Baz Luhrmann is one of my favorite directors. Any of his movies are the best.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Now, when you're looking at a film, I can imagine now you probably even see films and whatever you watch on TV completely different from being behind the lens. I guess what are some things that have changed since you're now as a filmmaker, as a creator? What are some major things that when you watch a film that are completely different before you started making films?
Yeah, I guess just really appreciating the art side of it and the way that films are made, and just getting to watch it and see the way that each shot is composed is really interesting from a filmmaker perspective.
Yeah, it's always so interesting. That's such a great question because it's kind of, not that it gets tainted, but it's like you snuck and looked behind the curtain and you saw how everything is being made.
Yeah.
And so sometimes even when I watch a film or I watch a TV show, I'm like, oh, wait, the continuity, her hair was up and now it's down. And it's just, it is what it is, but it's interesting when you know the other side, and you totally know the other side of the lens now, because not only were you directing the film that we're going to be talking about, Pennies, but you also were shooting it, you were also editing it, you wrote it, you did like a hands-on in all different aspects. Now, what did you like kind of the most? Do you like the filming? Do you like the editing? Do you like the writing? What kind of just sparks your interest the most?
Honestly, this might not be such a great answer, but I did love all of it.
All of it.
Just the way that everything was able to come together, each piece in the end to become the film, I thought was so awesome. And just really getting to make something that I was proud of was so cool.
Yeah, and you should totally be proud of it. And let's get into it. Let's talk about it. So it's called Pennies. This is your first short film that you've ever done, and this was through the Sag Harbor program, right?
Yeah.
So tell us the inspiration behind Pennies. What's it about?
So I actually saw a news story about a man who had to pay a fine in it was $20,000, I think, and he decided to pay it in pennies to make it really inconvenient for everyone.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's horrible. That's
Really
another
horrible.
level.
Yeah. On top of that, they recently discontinued making the penny. And just kind of a mix of seeing the relevance of the penny in news today kind of inspired this film. And it's not exactly along the lines of both stories, but I thought it would be an interesting concept.
That's such an interesting concept.
That is awesome. Lexi, what are you doing first thing that you do if someone and says, hey, listen, I know I owe you $5 and they pay you all in pennies?
I don't know. I just wouldn't accept it. You can keep your pennies.
That is awesome. That is
Yeah.
awesome. You know, I feel like there's so many meanings, and I thought of so many things just when I read the title, and then when I started to get an understanding about what the film was about. But also along the lines of Pennies, being that it's discontinued, it's kind of like the forgotten but super important kind of staple piece. So, you know, it seems like it has multiple meanings. I'm really excited to catch and see how you're just diving into these multiple dynamics in such a really cool title.
Thank you.
Yeah, and guess what? You're going to be able to see it right now, guys, because we actually do have Pennies, the short film, available for you guys to check out, and then we're going to dive into all the specifics after. So, without further ado, here's Pennies.
All right, Lewis, let's start with the bank.
Okay, move it up. Come on. What is this? No. This is useless. Give me coins. I need coins.
Coins.
Pennies. Why?
You have any idea how much copper is in a penny? Neither do I. But soon I'll be rich.
You stole $36. And then the laundromat. Why?
Well, you see, the laundromat is next to the bank. I had some dirty laundry and figured I'd kill two birds with one stone, if you know what I mean.
They only take quarters.
What?
You clogged 3 dryers.
You people make me sick. You know that? See, what's gonna happen when the banks burn? Okay? Cash, flammable. Bitcoin, what does that even mean? But pennies. Okay, pennies are copper. Copper is earth. You can't inflate earth, okay? Okay? You can't grow earth, okay? Earth, copper is forever.
You and me both know it's zinc coated with
see,
copper.
that's what you're told, but you lack common sense. But you see, I have all the sense right here. Okay, you know, soon people are not gonna be trading Benjamins for bread. It'll be pennies, and I'll have them all. I'll have all the pennies. Are you? Hey!
see. Like, honestly, as the credits are rolling, it's like cinematographer Lexi Cohen, editor Lexi Cohen, all the Lexi Cohen. Listen, triple double, no assists. Let's go. That's amazing.
Thank you.
That is absolutely amazing. Now, when you were shooting it, did you shoot it with the editing in mind, or what was that process like when you were going through it? What was your mindset as you're going through it? Because I can imagine time is ticking away. You only have five days to do this. What was your mindset going into it?
Yeah, so through the program, which the film was made from Sag Harbor, we only did have 5 days. So I was just kind of all over the place I think we had 3 days to film and then 2 days to edit. And then, writing was just somewhere in between there.
Yeah.
And I was just trying to do the best I can with, we got access to really great equipment, which was so cool for film enthusiasts to really be on a film set for the first time.
Yeah.
And it was just so exciting to really get to work with big editing tools and great cameras and microphones.
Yeah. Wow. Did you like the pressure of having that time limit or no?
I did. It was a little uncomfortable at first, but they kept telling us through the program that this is what it's like in the film industry. And it was really cool to have that same pressure that hopefully I will be able to get if I pursue this as a career someday.
Yeah, well, and how rewarding too, that all that pressure is on you. You don't know what's gonna happen day one. And then now you look at the finished product and you're like, whoa, we did that?
Yeah.
Like, how is that possible? I mean, definitely pat yourself on the back from that.
Thank you.
Yes.
And that actor, he was so talented. He was so good too. So you also got a good actor, you got good camera. Everything was working out for you, which is so great.
It.
Yeah, I love it. And I think as well when you watch the whole film, knowing the inspiration that it came from an article about someone who decided to pay in pennies, where maybe they were doing it, I guess, to spite someone else.
Yeah.
But the main character in your film, he actually really just appreciates pennies. He loves pennies. So how did that come to be? Because you flipped the script on its head a little bit there.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the discontinuation of the penny,
Yeah.
I really just wanted to show some appreciation with pennies that have been here for so long that are now gone.
Yeah.
Especially while filming, a big obstacle for us was getting pennies.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And I just really was showing me while we were trying to find pennies and ask different stores if we could borrow some, that pennies were a big part of our currency, which are now gone. So, bittersweet, but moving on.
I didn't even think that it would be hard, to get the pennies because they're discontinued. Wow.
That's wild. Now you mentioned, I mean, there's so many great things that you're sharing about the entire process. But with every film and sets that I've been on, what you always know is you have a plan, and within the plan there are always things that don't go according to plan.
Yeah.
Can you share some of those things that didn't necessarily go according to plan, and then also how you just worked through them to get the film done?
Yeah, well, one big obstacle was during the laundromat scene. We accidentally broke a dryer during the filming of that. We originally were having the actor being pushed into the dryer to be arrested instead of pulled out. So we were able to get it sorted out with the laundromat, but it was just being able to be quick on our feet and moving on and just trying to rethink the scene instead of what we originally had planned was really important for filming on that short of a time frame.
That's incredible.
Wow.
That's incredible.
You guys actually, you broke the mission. That's because that's what actually happens in the film, and it kind of came to life.
Yeah.
Wow, that's funny.
They say art imitates life.
Yeah.
Art imitates life. And then also, we were looking and just hearing more about your story about the entire process. There was also an instance with the voiceover of in the interrogation room. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so I was having some trouble finding a voice actor until the very last minute before the screening. I would put up an ad, and I was able to find someone in London to do it overnight. I was able to get all the clips together and put it into the editing software, which was really stressful, but it really helped me learn how to think on my feet and just try to do what I can with what I have with deadlines.
Wait, you put it the night before? You had to premiere it?
Hours before.
Hours before?
Yeah.
And a guy from London said, I'll do it.
Yep.
And he sounded fantastic.
I paid him $10 and he did it.
See, I actually thought that voice was in the room.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Good
That
editing.
was great editing. Great
Wow.
editing. Yeah, it sat perfectly. And honestly, the ability to think on your feet in such a short period of time. Now, can you give us an idea of time frame as to how high were the stakes by the time you got the voiceover and then you had to edit it before you had to hand the film in to be due?
Honestly, I really never felt that pressure in my life, and it was really stressful, but it was also so exhilarating to know that I was having something that was being shown, and it was really great pressure, and hopefully with films in the future, I'll be able to feel that again.
Yeah.
So
I
good.
think pressure can be fun sometimes.
Yeah.
That's why I procrastinate. But I shouldn't procrastinate. I don't advise people to procrastinate. So I just have to say real quick, because I did write down my favorite line, and because you also wrote this, and you were saying during the process, yeah, we edited and we filmed, and then, I don't know, somewhere in between I wrote. Well, the somewhere in between, you did a great job, because this line was iconic. It goes, pennies are copper and copper is earth. And I specifically wrote that down because I was like, that's hilarious. Like, this guy, he is just so about the penny, and just like, you have to be grounded with the pennies. We are one with the pennies,
Yes.
kind of, in a way. So I just wanted to call that out, that it was so great. And now this film, when you did premiere it, I mean, it got so much praise, which is awesome, throughout the program. Now I wonder, are you going to maybe submit this to different festivals, or what's your plan of the film?
So I just put it on YouTube, which was a big step for me because I was a little nervous how it would be perceived online. But so far it's going really well.
Yeah.
And my school really has great resources with showing me where to submit. And hopefully within the next few weeks, I'll try to get it out to a few festivals.
I think you
awesome.
should.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sundance.
Listen.
Yeah, that's where you're going to be there. You are going to
Yeah.
be there one
Thank
day.
you.
This is such a good one, such a good one. So I would say if there are filmmakers or even actors, even editors, anybody involved in the production, do you have any advice through this process that you would tell anybody who would be interested in taking a step or a leap as to jumping into the creative space?
Yeah, well, I think a big thing for me was just going at it, head on, and just when I saw that pamphlet, I was just, I don't really have any experience, but I just decided to do it and try the best I can. And I think just starting is what's most important in this industry.
Yeah, just
Take it
doing
first
the
step.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't know unless you try it. You didn't
Yeah.
know until you actually said, hey, let me actually sign up for this film,
Yeah.
experience, and looking at this pamphlet. I think that's wonderful. And what about, just speaking of advice for somebody who's maybe your age, maybe a few years younger than you, in high school, kind of went through the journey, or is going through the journey you went through, where no idea what they want to do, but there's so much pressure to know what you have to do, because I always felt like it was either people knew it or they didn't know it.
Yeah.
And it's totally okay either way. But what advice would you have throughout your, from what you've experienced so far?
Well, a big thing for me in high school was just really trying to get out of my comfort zone and try new things. My sophomore year, when I started painting and doing photography, I wasn't really good starting out, and I had a lot of trouble, but I kept working at it, and it's so great being able to see what I started off doing and what my work is today, and hopefully continuing to grow in college.
Yeah, you're just an artiste all around.
Thank you.
Writer, editor, director, photography, artist. I mean, wonderful, jack of all trades.
All of the above.
Yeah.
Now, Lexi, when you see a great piece, just like it's just we're consumers at the same time. We just watched a fantastic film. We want to know, do you have an idea for the next one?
I'm starting to write a few things, and it's also just great practice with writing things. Maybe I don't like it, but I don't have a total concept for what I want to do next yet, but stay tuned because I am having some writing things in the process.
Oh, we will
that's
be
amazing.
looking out, and I think it's so great that you're making the first step, posting it online, just to get your work and your name out there. Now, my final question for you right now is, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, what do you hope to accomplish in your career? Where do you see yourself?
I mean, my biggest dream is to become a movie director, and I really hope that that can happen one day.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It will. We know it is.
Oh,
You have the
yeah.
passion and the drive. Ladies and gentlemen, Lexi Cohen.
Lexi.
Yes, thank you so much for coming.
Yes, thank you for having me on.
Yeah, and good luck this year, senior year of high school.
Thank
and next
you.
year, you're going to be doing great things at the university. So we're so proud of you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Amazing.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We have more of the show when we return, so don't go anywhere. Man.